What is going on, guys? Kiami Maru 007 back with another Marvel's Contest of Champions video, and in today's video we're going to talk about the new and improved Red Magneto, right? So Magneto, one of the first champions I got in this game, right? Well, not in this game, as a 5-star, right? And it was back in the day when you got a Magneto, he was nothing but a waste of space. But Magneto is buffed up and ready to take on the contest in a new way, right? His buff is amazing, really making him a good character, a worthwhile champion to have, right? So if you have a Magneto, right, you're no longer sad, you are now happy. But let's just look at his synergies before we go into his abilities, because he's got some great synergies, right? And these synergies are with great characters, which is awesome. So my metallic and antipathy, right? So Magneto, while fighting #metal champions, special attacks gain plus 15% attack rating and cost 15% less power. That's pretty cool, right? So he's got the synergy with Wolverine. If you got Wolverine as a 5-star, it's great to have in your team. Mojo, if you can get past how ugly he is, right, he's great to have in your team. And of course Guillotine 2099, amazing to have in your team, right? So there's 3 characters right there that he gets a great synergy with, right? And they're strong characters and not a waste of space. Then we have my Brotherhood. Magneto, knocking the opponent down, has a 100% chance to inflict a 12-second heal block debuff. Magnet inflicts a heal block passive instead, so that's when you're fighting a metal champion, right? So once again we have Sabretooth, Magic, and Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch, when she counts as a 5-star, even better, right? So amazing 3 characters there to have a synergy with. Magneto, while fighting a #hero champion, special attacks gain plus 15% attack rating and gain a cruelty buff lasting 14 seconds and increasing critical damage by 800. Great synergy, especially since it is with Dr. Doom, right? Obviously an amazing character to have in your team. Hellfire Club, Magneto, personal armor break and bleed debuffs gain 20% duration. So this is, like, out of all of them, this is possibly one of the best to have in your team, right? Archangel, Emma Frost, maybe a Night Thresh at a high sig level, good champions to have in your team, right? And this is really gonna help Magneto out even more. He does not need the help, right? But it will definitely help. And then Mutant Agenda, mutants landed attacks during special attacks gain 12% attack rating. Pretty cool, especially with Omega Red and Sunspot there. And then he's got synergies with Professor X and Apocalypse, the new champions for this month. But yeah, Magneto looking great now. I do have an awakening gem for him, but I'm not going to awaken him just yet. He really doesn't need the duped ability for him to be an amazing attacker, right? I think it just, caps damage, gives him some resistance or whatnot, but yeah, we're not really worried about that. But let's jump straight into his abilities. So magnetism, fighting #metal champions, right? #metal opponents suffer an indefinite magnetized passive, which is applied 1 second after the start of the fight and does the following: minus 70% ability accuracy and minus 105 regeneration rate. So if you're fighting an Ultron, he might not even trigger his regeneration, for example, but if it does, it will slightly reverse the regeneration. So if he does regenerate, he will be losing health and not gaining. I think the same thing goes for Guillotine 2099, those sorts of characters, right? Iron Man, normal Iron Man. Then we have Magneto's abilities gain special magnet bonuses, right? So here we go, he's got a mutation, or is active. Magneto's attacks deal energy damage instead of physical. That's pretty cool. Incoming bleed and shock debuffs suffer 90% negative 90% potency, right? So you got some resistance to both bleed and shock debuffs there. That's pretty cool, right? Magnet plus 50% perfect block chance, plus 486.3 attack rating, and attacks cannot be auto blocked or missed. So this is of course against Guillotine 2099. So during fights when Magneto has a class disadvantage, he removes his attack penalty and his opponents loses their attack bonus. So this would be against Iron Man Infinity War, Guillotine 2099, right? So yeah, basically the tech champions that are hashtag metal, so that's pretty cool. Knock the opponent down, 100% chance to gain an indefinite prowess buff, which is removed after Magneto's special attack and grants plus 20% to special attack damage. Max stacks 5, and Magnet no max stack limit. So if you were to go up against a Guillotine 2099, you could constantly ramp up this prowess, right? And then we have, when charging a heavy attack, Magneto's force field grants him an unstoppable buff during the attack. If struck during a heavy attack, this effect goes on cooldown for 14 seconds, and against Magnet the cooldown shortened by 10 seconds. That's pretty cool. So if you're trying to parry heavy attack and you want to hold the heavy attack for as long as possible, right? Or if you're just trying to heavy counter, not heavy counter but heavy intercept the opponent, right? This is also a good cover, a good net to catch yourself with. Then we have, if held for 0.7 seconds, 100% chance per prowess buff to gain another prowess buff lasting 10 seconds and granting plus 5% special attack damage. Max stacks 40, right? So while charging the heavy attack, you're going to gain more prowess, right? And then hitting somebody with a heavy attack is going to gain you prowess. Pretty cool, right? Then against Magnet, enhanced bleed debuffs. Personal bleed debuffs are upgraded into shrapnel bleeds, which inflict 1134.7 physical damage when they end, right? Then if the opponent is immune to a bleed debuff, inflict an armor break debuff, reducing armor rating by 878.57 for 12 seconds. So even if you're going against those Ultrons or the Guillotine 2099s, you're still getting some sort of a bonus from launching your special 3, for example. Right, then we have the special 1, 100% chance to inflict bleed, dealing 1215 direct damage over 6 seconds. So that's a great bleed, right? If the opponent has an armor break debuff, inflict an additional bleed, right? And Magnet inflicts an additional bleed no matter what, right? So that would be against maybe Infinity War Iron Man, right? And then we have special attack 2, 100% chance to inflict an armor break debuff, reducing armor rating by 1366.67 for 10 seconds. This armor break does not stack but is reapplied each time Magneto gains a prowess effect, right? And then we have Magnet. The debuff triggers when the special attack is launched, right? So not after the special attack, right? Then we have special attack 3. If the opponent is a hashtag hero champion, 100% chance to gain a 30-second fury buff, granting plus 1215.75 attack, right? And then against Magnet, 100% chance to gain a 30 seconds fury buff, granting 1215.75 attack. So against heroes or against Magnet, right, then he will be gaining the fury, right? So this is pretty cool. Magneto definitely very buffed up, right? And I got some gameplay. Of course, we're going into Realm of Legends to beat up that Winter Soldier, who is metal. He's got that metal arm, right? So we're gonna be doing some damage to him. And you saw the damage, guys. The damage with that special 3 in the clip in the beginning of the video was quite monstrous. That was like 140k styles through Spider-Man. Pretty amazing, right? But yes, let's jump straight into the clip. And of course, we're going into the Winter Soldier fight in Realm of Legends, right? Everybody's favorite punching bag. Winter Soldier is kind of the control when fighting, fighting with new champions. You want to test their power. Winter Soldier is really the control. It's how you can compare everybody. So basically, the mojo is there for the plus 15% attack rating and 15% less power cost. Then we have a Sabretooth for the knockdown, gives a heal block, and because Winter Soldier is metal, of course, he gets that passive heal block. Then we have Archangel for the bleed and armor break duration. So of course, because Winter Soldier is not bleed immune, right, there won't be any armor break on the special 3. And then Omega Red for the mutant strikes during special attacks are increased by 12% for the attack rating. So that's basically what you're doing. So what's the route when fighting with the Magneto, right? You just the heavy attacks. You're just doing the heavy attacks. You parry heavy attack, do what you want. You can kind of heavy intercept, if you get the timing right, if the opponent's being kind of aggressive or whatnot. But then Unstoppable is like a good safety net. But here we go. First special 3, you're gonna see how much damage it does, but it's more when you're fighting somebody that isn't bleed, well, if you're fighting somebody that isn't a robot, it's more about the bleed damage afterwards. So as you can see, that shrapnel, we got 28 bleeds on him, ticking for 3.8k damage, right? That's really where the damage is coming from when you're fighting somebody that is metal but not a robot. So you don't get the, well, not when they're metal but not a tech champion, so you don't get that magnet boost, right? So yeah, we got the, and also not being a bleed immune, so that bleed damage was pretty insane, right? I think this is the fastest I've ever killed a Winter Soldier in any of these videos, right? The bleed is doing insane damage, right? And the specials are doing, you know, they're doing about like 5% to 8% damage. You can't really see it because of the watermark on the top right. But here we go in for another special 3. That's kind of what you want to do with Magneto. You could do special 2s, you could do special 1s, right? But the special 3 is really where the damage is at in terms of those bleeds. So now we're at 21 bleeds, are ticking for 2.8k, right? It's pretty insane. We're killing this Winter Soldier pretty fast, even faster than the Captain Marvel. There you see I do the heavy attack, and I was unstoppable, so I didn't, you know, get knocked back or anything like that. I didn't have to take the whole special. I could just get into my block quickly. Right, you just gotta keep aware of that unstoppable reset timer, because, you know, if he hits you while unstoppable, then the timer resets, and if you try and hold the block again, which I think I'm gonna do here, right? I'll do it again. Okay, no, it wasn't there. I thought it happened there, but here we go. Holding in the heavy attack, right? So once you see the prowess is doubled, right, you don't really need to continue holding the heavy attack. Just go ahead and launch it. But here we go, now the special 3. He's very low health right now, so this should probably kill him or get him at least close to death. Right, there we go, massive special 3, and then the bleed, 23 bleeds with 3.4k damage, and that's Winter Soldier done for. And the heal block is kind of cool, right? And also with the synergy, it makes it passive, but the heal block is kind of cool when fighting, you know, regeneration opponents and whatnot. But otherwise, you don't really have to worry about that. More often than not, the bleed will out damage the regeneration. But now we go in against this Vision with no synergies to help boost. So we got the magnet and we got the magnetism. So basically this would be where he's bleed immune, so we're gonna get the armor break, which is gonna give a massive special 3, right? So stay tuned for that. It's coming in real quick as soon as we get to the special 3. I try and get as much prowess as possible, and because he's a magnet, well, because it's magnet, right, you can stack the prowess infinitely, right? So I mean it still does pretty good damage at about 40 something prowess, right? But you could stack it more and more and more, the indefinite prowess, right? So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's Realm of Legends, so I'm not really worrying about the special 3, holding the heavy attacks, right? All of that, and we are gonna slip up, right, and let the prowess fall off, and we'll be dropped back down to 10, but it instantly goes back up to like 40 after about 2 heavy attacks, which is pretty awesome. So basically with Magneto, you don't have to do the heavy attacks the entire time. You can just hit the opponent normally until you get to your SP3, and then start doing some of the heavy attacks. There we go. I'm evading instead of being hit with the Quake and the Nick Fury synergy, because I'm bringing in the normal team here, right? But there we go, we had 10 and we instantly up to 21 prowess, right? And we're gonna parry, hold the heavy attack again, boom, 42 prowess, go in for the special 3, and take a look at this insane damage, right? He's just covering him in metal, and bam, that Vision is almost did 465k damage, and we did like a 20k medium, 7k light attack, right? That is some insane damage, right? So he's Magneto definitely taking out robots. He is definitely taking out robots. He's an insane character now. The buff was definitely a buff. Definitely a buff worth talking about. But now we're going in for against the Wolverine. So basically there's 2 things, and this is Realm of Legends Wolverine still, right? So there's 2 things we got to consider here, right? So we got he's not magnet, he is a metal champion, right? So we got the magnetism on him, so it's minus 70% ability accuracy, so he might not even proc his regeneration, but if he does, it's minus 105% regeneration, so we will be reversing that regeneration. So that's what we're looking looking at here, we're looking at can we see if he never gets the regeneration at all, or if he does, how can we reverse that healing, you know? So we got the special 3 now. We we launched the heavy attack, trying to get like 1 more prowess on, you know, the more prowess, the more chance for the bleeds, right? Higher stacks of bleeds, higher bleed damage, right? So here we go in for the special 3, right? Magneto is definitely a great character now, right? So we got 4.2k bleeds, right? And there's the regeneration, it procs, and the heal reversal is insane, because the regeneration of course is insane, right? But the heal reversal is insane as well, because of the how much healing he actually does. But he's basically dead at this point. I don't even know how he survived that, but that was really intense, right? But that is it for today, guys. That is Magneto buffed, and that's only at rank 4. Actually have plans to take him to rank 5 because he is an insane champion. But that's basically it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, leave a like, hit the subscribe button to join the community. It's 100% free, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified as soon as all future videos come out. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your days. Peace.